that, we have represented owners here of Soaring Heights Ministries, Victoria and Eric, and Bree, one of their key leaders in Soaring Heights Ministries. So, folks, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
What I'm just going to ask questions, and please feel free to share as much as you want.
All right, absolutely, yeah.
So, what is Soaring Heights? What's your mission, vision?
Soaring Heights Recovery Homes, we provide transitional housing. So we provide a safe, secure place for individuals that are transitioning from substance abuse to self-sufficiency. So our hope is that they'll come to us and be prepared to move on to the next stage in their life.
Okay. You do this through some recovery homes?
Yes, we currently have 4 homes. 4 homes and 28 beds. And let's see, 22 of those beds are for women with or without minor children. And the others are for men with or without minor children. And it's really been really rewarding to help these individuals get back on their feet again. And I know I heard you mention earlier homelessness. Everybody that comes into our homes are struggling with some kind of housing insecurity.
Oh, sure.
70% of them are actually homeless before they come to us.
Wow.
So we're really making an impact on getting people off the streets and back into housing.
Wow, what a blessing. You've been doing this for 3 months now? Or?
Yeah, about 6 years.
6 years? Oh.
September 2018.
Wow,
Yeah.
before
we
COVID.
opened our first, before COVID.
And
Yep.
we made it through COVID.
Yep.
Grace God.
So these are homes that have been retrofitted, they've been almost remodeled?
Yes. The properties that we've gotten so far are a little bit distressed, but we've been blessed with getting the funding to fix them up. So we everything's new. New interiors, new floors, new paint, new furniture. We've really created a nice living space for these individuals to come into to rebuild their lives.
Sure. Define transitional home housing. What is it?
It's a stepping stone. So if you think of transitional, it's your next transition. It's not your permanent spot, but you're transitioning to the next phase in your life, and then on to permanent housing after there. The hope is right.
So is it affordable rent type stuff or low income?
Yeah. We call it a shared living fee, and we keep it as low as we can. Each individual's $500 a month.
500. Wow.
Yeah.
Affordable.
But that 500 covers everything except for their food.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we provide all the cleaning supplies and all their basic needs, the toiletries, and all that stuff. We pay all the utility bills, everything.
So then we operate Samanka Place, which is the shelter for women and children. And then there's affordable housing, which is apartments for like $1,200 a month and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But what's in between is
transitional housing.
living.
Yep.
And it's important. Why, Victoria? Why? I mean, I just would really rather rent this beautiful house.
Well, a lot of times when you're talking about individuals that have come from homelessness or from, I can't remember the word you just said. Anyway, from some sort of homelessness or insecurity, there's a lot of things that they've went through, whether they've been living on the streets or they've lived house to house or couch to couch, or they've just came back from domestic violence situation. There's a lot of things that they are wanting to take care of, right? So our houses not only just house individuals and give them a safe, secure, structured environment. We have Bree now that works alongside them on a one-on-one basis. So she's sitting down with them and finding out, okay, what all do what are your needs? What kind of things are you in need of? What kind of things do you need to take care of? We look at, what was your past housing experience? Do you owe past monies, right? Because a lot of people come in and they've lost a home or they've had to leave. So it's not just a place to live. It's an opportunity to get back on your feet, start a new journey, a new life, and be able to continue.
And being prepared to take that journey.
Yeah, and there's 3 main things that we focus on. Number 1 is recovery, right? So building a solid, strong foundation in recovery, whether that be a lot of them go to Most Excellent Way or church or Celebrate Recovery or AA, NA. There's multiple pathways to recovery. that is number one. Second is self-sufficiency. The individuals that have come into our homes within we have a 95% rate right now that within 30 days they're working. Mind you, they're working low entry, but it's a start, right? You start somewhere. So that's the second, self-sufficiency. And then the third is reunification. So since we opened in 2018, we have returned over 50 children to parent. So we work really closely with all of our community partners. UGM, Samanka, the LEAD program, probation and parole, DHS. I mean, there's a multitude, and we stay connected. Where Bree, or me, mostly Bree nowadays, will connect with those services and or be a part of a liaison to those services with the individual, so they're not, they have somebody to walk alongside with them. So there's a lot that goes into it. It's not just to come stay.
These are recovery homes. They're not halfway houses.
No.
They're not shelter.
Yeah.
They're not permanent living.
Right.
They are that transitional piece. But the case management
Yes.
sounds like that's what
It is case management,
Okay.
yes.
So it isn't passive, it's active recovery. with
Absolutely.
Case manager, accountability.
Yes,
How's
Yeah,
accountability.
we're strong believers in accountability. Yes.
And we look, there's another piece that we look at is we say that we're person-centered, faith-focused, and community-driven, because we couldn't do it without the community. It takes a village, right?
Wait a minute, that sounds a lot like client-focused, community-connected, Christ-centered values of UGM.
Very similar.
Very similar.
Very similar. Yep.
That's why I called Soaring Heights a ministry.
Yes.
It's all good.
I'm not even going to apologize.
No.
No, don't.
Don't.
Yeah. Yeah, we're really thankful to be able to do what we do today. Yeah.
So what started this journey? I remember you talking about what you're comfortable sharing or punted to Eric.
You want condensed
Sorry?
version?
Condensed version, okay. First off, I'm in recovery.
Oh, do
So
we?
I'm in recovery. I just celebrated 19 years last November.
Amen.
By grace of God only. I had some similarities. I was on probation. I had a DHS case. I went to treatment. So that piece of it, but not just that. I also worked in the field for 15 years. My last job was with Marion County Health and Human Services, and I worked with the medicated assisted treatment piece of that. And I worked a lot with individuals that were either on methadone, Suboxone, Subutex, and they were recovering from opioids. And back in 2016, a lot of individuals were really struggling trying to get housing. Back then, it was a lot more stereotyped than what it is today. We are a lot more aware in our society and communities know a lot more about opiates than they used to. And so, but back then, I worked as a mentor and a counselor, and I could not get individuals housed because they were being told you're still on drugs, right? I came home to this man right here, and for almost 2 years, I would keep telling him, we need to open up a MAT house, medicated assisted treatment house. And God, I know, is who made this happen. One day, keys were dropped on his desk at another job, and the story goes on. So each one of our homes also has safes, little safes in every room, because we do med checks, and that way it gives them an opportunity to learn how to be safe with any kind of medications, right? So that's how, that was our start, was medicated assisted treatment, wanting to have a home that was open and you could be loved no matter what. So that's kind of my small version. Is that small enough?
That's good. I'm also in recovery. I celebrated 18 years in October. Yeah. So yeah, I was my journey. My journey took me to prison. I was in and out of prison for several years. I struggled with addiction for about 30 years. My life turned around for me. Actually, the last time I got arrested, somebody I didn't even know was taking my six-month-old daughter out of my house. And it was DHS. And that's the day I decided to change my life. That's the last day I ever used. I decided my daughter was going to be raised in a different environment than I was. and I've had full custody of her since. She's going to be 18 in a couple months.
She's such a good girl.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So yeah, that's so we have a real. Yep.
Papa the
Yep.
whole time.
Yep.
The whole time.
The whole time. Yep. Had sole custody of her. So.
Oh yeah, 19 years.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah, so we are really passionate about what we do because we feel that our journeys gives us a perspective that we are able to
Yeah.
walk alongside these people, and when they tell us we don't understand.
Maybe we don't understand exactly, but I bet you I have some similarities.
Yeah. We understand.
So lived experiences. That just deepens not only your ability to help, but your willingness and want to help. You've been there.
Yep. And
You've been
it,
right where the lady's knocking on the door.
and it also builds that connection when they know that you've experienced some of the similar things that they're going through. They say, so you do know, you do understand, and it helps us connect a personal relationship with them better.
So being able to trust you happens, and then recovery can
Yep.
Begins.
be prayed over.
Yep.
Happen.
Yep. Rebuild.
Yeah. Wow, that's very cool. So you've got some exciting projects coming up. Bree, can you tell us what these two are up to?
We have a house that just opened for women, 8 women, seven with or without children, and it's called Songbird House, and it'll be our 4th house.
Yep. Yeah, it's super exciting. That's where we were all this morning, was rearranging furniture and
Like this.
getting stuff put together, getting the house cleaned up. We have one of the young ladies is moving in today. She's probably about moved in right now.
You got another one
Yep.
moving in too.
Okay, so we have 2 moving in today.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's super exciting to be able to expand
Yeah.
our operations and get more beds in the community. They're very, very much needed.
Yes, it is.
And it's just, she was talking about it a little bit earlier. Just this month alone, we've had 23 women looking for a bed,
Looking for a
calling
place.
us, looking
I
for
have
a place,
applications, over 23 applications.
and that's just this month.
Wow, the need is so great.
It's huge.
But we're working on it.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
working on it. We're working on it. There's a lot of great community partners doing their part to try and help these individuals, and that's one of the nice things that we like about what we're doing with Bree here. If we can't help at our houses, she'll go out and she'll find a place where they
Find
can
a
go.
place. Okay.
She'll find the community partner that can help them, and we'll work with these individuals until we get them someplace safe, even if it's not in Soaring Heights.
Yeah. It's about helping them at the end of the day,
Right.
and walking alongside them. We wouldn't be here today without someone walking, beside us, whether it be God or a community partner, or, whatever. We need that. And some people don't have anyone.
Anybody.
They just don't, and it breaks my heart. So we're not going to give up, and we're going to help them.
So about once a week, I'll get a phone call from some other place generally. Lady got a house. Lady got an apartment.
This
Lady and her son got a 3-bedroom. The joy.
yeah.
It's a salvation almost kind of joy that they talk about. But you're doing case management.
And outreach.
I think outreach.
And
So I think that's
case
what we-
management and outreach. She does both.
So that's really what we've been talking about.
Yep.
Time.
The whole time.
They've got a trusted person in you to look out for housing, and to check in on daily or every other day or
Yep.
a couple times a week.
Well, I meet with the individuals in the home. It's a case-by-case basis. If you've
Okay.
been there for a year, I'll meet with you once a month. If you just came in, once a week. But of course, we're there all the time
there
between
all the
Victoria and I, and they call us, and in between those times. And then with outreach, I go, I don't know, a couple times a week, but at least once a week I will go down to the camps, and it really takes time to establish a relationship and build that trust, and then once you do, then you just continue following up and continue working at it.
And so you go to the camps.
Yeah, that's why my shoes are currently muddy right now. I'll
Yeah.
go to a meeting and then I'll go to the camps.
Yeah. Yep. Those are the shoes she chooses to wear. To
Usually
down camps.
I wear boots, but yes.
Yes, we'll have a talk about that.
Sometimes it happens.
You guys are blowing me away. This is really cool.
She's amazing. We got blessed. God.
Blessed to have them. I mean, we're blessed to have Soaring Heights in the community. Really, we are.
Well, the community especially.
Yeah, it's
So a lot of work with Mary County, I know.
Yeah.
I'm going to shout it out right now if
Okay,
I can.
go ahead.
Marion County Commissioners, we would not be here
We would not be where we're at today,
today if
without.
it wasn't for them. I mean, the Oriole House was the first grant that Marion County awarded us, and they've been a supporter ever since. And now 3 homes Soaring Heights owns, and Daniel Bethel, Colin Wills, Kevin Cameron. Their passion, their desire, their love for this community, and community partners outside of that, it speaks volumes. And
So we spoke with them yesterday,
Yes.
and we talked about Soaring Heights. One of the things that they were supporting. They're supporting a lot of stuff.
They are.
Yes.
New mental health clinic, new psychiatric care,
Yeah.
housing, a brand new housing program. And one of the statements that was made by Commissioner Bethel was, we want to invest the taxpayers' funds in these grants where there's accountability, results, and life change. You guys hit all 3 of those check marks.
Yeah.
So you can go back watch the YouTube if you want to, but that's my synopsis of what they had said, and that's what UJM is about.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's not about continuing to pour money into an agency just so somebody can get by the next day. Of course, that's important, but really the whole accountability,
it's life changing.
Yep.
life change, and, and results.
And providing the tools that they need
Yep.
to carry on.
Yeah. Wow.
And that's
Yeah.
again, where our, individuals that have lived experience. I can only speak for myself. Accountability is what saved my life. I was looking at a 3-year prison sentence, right? And in my last stint, and it was like, I'd never been to prison, and I'd been to jail, but I'd never been to prison. I was like, oh my God, and they're like, this is serious. You even jaywalk, and you're gonna go do 3 years in prison. And I was like, it was the biggest eye opener for me to recognize that my manipulation and the things that I had learned as a survival out there needed to change. And I had and in my heart I wanted to change. And that's heart transformation, right? And I give all glory to God. All glory to God. But accountability is what it was, and that's where, we have accountability in our homes on a multiple level, in different levels, but we're also going to walk alongside them because things happen, life does happen, and the thing is with accountability comes honesty, right? We're all going to make mistakes,
Vulnerability.
and vulnerability to be able to, and that's where another thing, and we do a lot of not just the one-on-ones, but our house meetings every week, guiding and directing about being vulnerable, because a lot of times none of them want to speak up, but they know that somebody's like not doing something, because they're scared, and it's like let's walk you through it, because then you learn those skills of being vulnerable in a job or being vulnerable in a relationship, right? It's a multitude of learning that can give long-lasting life skills, right?
It really is, and so we're going to wrap up here. But I just would put one question to you: if there's something people you could ask people to help you with, what would it be? Prayer, obviously.
Prayer always.
Obviously prayers.
Prayer.
Always prayers.
Obviously prayers.
Yeah.
God provides. Prayers. This question always gets me because I'm going to tell you the same thing. Houses.
Yep. More houses. Yeah. More houses is what we need.
Guidance. Also, the one thing that we struggle with right now is individuals moving on. And maybe you can explain this better than me.
It's not permanent.
It's
Yeah,
not.
so-
Well, we don't want it permanent because I'm here to tell you recovery becomes complacent.
Yes.
And that's not what you want. If you're in the same spot all the time, not feeling like anything's moving, right?
Really moving back.
Yeah.
You're feeling like you are, so I'll let him talk about that.
Yeah, it's you know, a lot of the individuals that come to us are broken spiritually, financially, and we help them get back on their feet again, and we celebrate every victory. They go out and get a job, and it might be a part-time job where they're not working a lot, but they have a job. We're going to celebrate that. They have a lot of wreckage in their past. They have fines. They have debt. They may have a bad rental history. They get their license back, but they have to pay for an SR22. So they have all these barriers that they're trying to overcome. And then you're talking about transitioning from a low-cost transitional home like ours to permanent housing, and it's quite a struggle for it is. So if there was some way we could fix that, which we know there's not right now, there's a lot of people in the same position we are. But they're getting creative. They're finding places where they can share with other individuals. They're moving in back with family. They're renting rooms, but we're seeing them move on, but not as fast as we'd like to. And the other thing too that I wanted to just make sure I mentioned why we're got a couple minutes here, I hope. When they leave our place, we're not done with them.
Amen.
We stay in contact with everybody that leaves our home. No matter how they leave our home, we're still in contact with people that left our home 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. And if as soon as they move out on their own, if they have any needs, they can call us, and we'll be there. We'll walk alongside them after they leave our house.
As long as they're willing and wanting to.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
That has to be there.
Yeah.
And just on behalf of Union Gospel Mission Samanka Place, thank you for helping with housing ladies who are on that continuum of growth and trust. They need a place to move to.
Yes.
When they leave Samanka Place, when they're ready.
When they're ready.
We've had a few from Samanka.
Yeah.
I think it's the beauty of community partnerships, right? We need each other.
2 blocks away.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've had individuals leave our house to go to Samanka.
Yes.
Yep.
Because it was a better fit for them.
Sure have.
The importance of community.
Yeah.
Working
It's
together.
everything. It's
Caring
everything.
first.
Yeah.
Yes.
About them.
And
And meeting the need.
Super. Hey, we're going to wrap up. What I'd like to do is go ahead and just remind folks, come down, and you can get one of these forever mugs.
Buy your mug.
Buy your mug. But also consider looking up Soaring Heights Recovery Homes on the website.
Yep.
And the website is?
www.soaringheightsrecoveryhomes.com.
Yep.
Pretty simple.
Perfect.
Pretty simple.
straightforward.
Yep.
Yeah, and again, you blessed us today in many instances, so thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Yeah.